Hello everyone, this is Chris Surface here with SDI course FTT 114. Today we're on week 4, assignment 2. I will be cutting my holster down to the shape that I want, along with locating and marking holes for my screws to hold it in place. I will also be locating and marking the holes for my J-clip. Along with that, I will go through and I will finish up the edges to make sure everything's smoothed out, sanded down the way it needs to be. I think there's one thing I'm going to have a little issues with that I'm going to have to contend to when I get to it. I don't think it's holding my pistol quite tight enough, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the heat gun and heat up the edge here and kind of do a little pinching to see if it'll actually tighten it up some, because as of right now, even with it being as tight as it is, my pistol just slides in and out a little too easily. But anyway, so I'll get back on it in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like once I get it cut out. Alright, now that I've got it roughly cut down to the shape that I want, I'm going to go ahead and mark a couple of spots on here for where I want my screws, my retaining screws. So I'm going to go ahead and put one right here about the center ways of this meaty portion. And I'm also going to put one right here just in front of the trigger guard. Those two right there should be pretty evenly spaced and hold this together well. Got a center punch here, spring-loaded center punch. Let's see if I got a block of wood laying around. Got a block of wood here. We're going to put this on here. We're going to go ahead and center punch those two. There's one marked and there's two marks. Alright, now with both of those marked, I'm going to go ahead and drill out my hole to the size it needs to be. Alright, both of my holes are drilled out. I'll now put the retaining screws in. Bear with me. Alright, get started. Alright, just want to make sure those are going to fit, so both of those are in there. Alright, next we're going to mark the holes for the J-clip. J-clip in place. Use a pencil and mark on here. Alright, both holes are marked. I'm going to center punch these and then I'm going to drill them out. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill these out and put the hardware in for the J-clip. Alright, I went ahead and got my J-clip installed on there. I got to go ahead and tighten all my retaining screws down, and then I'm going to go on here and actually start cleaning up the edges, buffing it all out, making sure everything's going to hold my pistol nice and secure. Alright, now that everything is, like I said, I trimmed it down a little bit more, shaped it a little bit better. Now I'm going to go through, I got some emery coat, the various grit, all the way from, I think, 80 grit all the way to 600 grit. I'm going to go ahead and polish all these rough edges, get that all taken down, and then I'm going to make it nice and smooth. That way there's no rough edges. I've got a good portion of this actually smoothed down and polished out. I'm going to go ahead and do the method I saw where they take some 600 grit and some warm soapy water and try to polish it down a little bit more. I was actually going to finish it in a hydro dip, but unfortunately I was not able to get the hydro dip pattern I wanted in time, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But anyway, I'm a big fan of having just a black holster as it is, so I think I'm just going to keep it black as of right now, and maybe later on, just for a little bit of practice, I'll go ahead and hydro dip it and see how that turns out as well. Alright, I got it all finished up. I went ahead and decided to go with the eyelets on there. I didn't like the way these screws were actually holding it together. With it being a kind of a looser fit to begin with, I wanted something that was nice and tight. Yeah, it's a little bit tighter when I put my pistol in, but it holds it in place, and it didn't come open right here. So anyway, we'll go ahead and I'll show you with the pistol in, show you how it's retaining, and then I'll put it on my in my waistband and let you see it from there. So, all right, here's my pistol. We're gonna show it's clear. There's no magazine inserted, no round in the chamber. It's clear. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put it inside the holster. Fits nice and stuck in the holster. Retains fairly well. All right, now for the moment of truth, we're going to see how it actually fits on the belt. My belt and this J-clip don't get along. There you go, there's the final product.